had to show off my Christmas afghan that I'm working on for the crochet along that is starting in September. So, live chat. There we go. Okay. Just did my pre-trip. Are we going to have a great day today? Are we going to have a great day? Are you crocheting today? That's wonderful. I'm gonna be live today and just talk about things that are going on with the yarn bus, the crochet along, the Christmas in July fairies. Hey Andrea, love you, sweetie. What a sweetheart she is. Oh, love this girl. Love her. Love her. I was just thinking about some of the people this morning, and Andrea, you were on my list. Good morning, Roseanne. Hello, Chris. I hope you're feeling okay, Chris. I was thinking about Andrea and Kelly and Cynthia and Jeanette. I mean, such wonderful. Oh, good. What's for breakfast? I'm ready. Tamina's Reborn Angels. Yep. Okay. Therese. Good morning, Leslie. I hope you're home and comfortable. Or are you back on the road? You slept in your own bed last night. I was thinking about you, all four of you this morning. You guys were just on my mind. Great encouragers, lovely ladies, crocheting a blanket. Okay, wonderful. Adele, hi. Just laying in bed. Good. Take it easy. Relax. Linda, yes. So we're gonna go. We're ready. I gotta do my I gotta figure out where we're gonna get okay, she's still in her pajamas. She is also a truck driver. Got way more experience than I do. So let's see. I'm in Needles, California. Hi, Stephanie. So let's see. We're gonna get what's further out, Winslow or Kingman? We'll just take a look. We'll bring up Google and go Winslow, Arizona. By the way, I just sold my flatbed Ford, and I think about that every time I go by Winslow, Arizona. For any of you who are Eagles fans. Okay, directions to Winslow. 267 miles. That's pretty good. What about Kingman? I think Winslow's further out. I want to go further out. Kingman, Arizona. Oh, that's only 63 miles. Okay, so we're going to Winslow to get fuel. Good morning, the Stock Explorer. Let's see, Denny's here. Oh, there's another sweet encourager right there. Denny. Oh, okay, way to go. She's doing a corner to corner. Good morning, Wanda, girl. Got all my trucker girls in here today. Yes, Leslie and Wanda, our trucker girls, are here today. So I'm going to the Flying J, Winslow, Arizona. Here we go. We're going to go there and get some fuel. Hopefully I make it to a little bit north of Albuquerque today. So yeah, some of my favorite encouragers are in here today. Elsa Ray, good morning. She's doing doilies. I love thread crochet. And so many people think thread crochet is just so daunting. It's not. It really isn't. It's almost like a miniature cord, and there's no splitting, right? And I love using, working with those steel crochet hooks. I love it. I love thread crochet. Okay, let's go. We're about a little over 4 hours, probably around 4 hours. There's Marsha Lee, good deal. Okay, let's do a tug test. I do a tug test every morning, even though I visually check the kingpin and the locking jaws. Yes, no splitting with thread. Now there is that, what do they call that? That I've never used. Carrie used it a lot for those doily type tablecloths that she did. They're beautiful. I want to say she got it from overseas. It's like, what is that, 8-2 cotton? Is that what it's called? Hello, stitch a few block stitch Afghans and a Betty Boop doll. Towel toppers, nice. Let's, here we go, switch around. Switcheroo, anti-pilling, I'm a new subscriber, nice. Internet is sporadic for Vanessa, from Illinois, a doily. Pennsylvania, headed to North Carolina, will take my reset and then leave for Aurora, Colorado on Monday. Well, I am headed for Denver right now. I'll be there tomorrow. And then, boy, you get the miles. I love your miles. I love your trips, Wanda. Okay, here we go. We're in Needles, California, which I have to apologize to Needles, California, because I was talking about how ugly this part of the world is. I mean, I do like a desolate desert with mountains around it. I get butterfly halter top for my daughter. Okay. Oh, am I close to you in Needles? Okay. And you know, I have to apologize. Yes, you know, it's the desert, and I love the beauty of the sand and the brush and the vegetation that's in these deserts. But I'm like, Needles is so ugly, blah blah blah. Well, you know what? I got to give Needles some credit. There's some great brush here, greenery. Thank you. I parked next to, what was it called? The Wagon Wheel Wagon Wheel Restaurant right there on my right. You see that little yellow building right there on the right between those trucks? Nice place. I love that restaurant. So if anybody's ever going through Needles, California, stop at the Wagon Wheel. It is awesome. Yes, the Wagon Wheel is a great restaurant. I mean, my to-go order came too soon because I was wandering around the gift shop. I had gone to the bathroom, and in the hallway and in the gift shop, there was like too much to look at, right? And here comes my food, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll have to spend more time, you know, another day. But I love it. Love it. Are you a member of the church? Oh my goodness, outside the Church of Christ. Yes, I'm a member too. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. So let me tell you guys what tomorrow morning, I'm going to do 2 lives tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, well, I don't know if I'll do 2, but I'm going to do 1 in the morning, and then I'm going to watch, yes, sister. Oh my goodness. And then I'm going to go watch, I attend the Oregon City Church of Christ online. I love Ron. He teaches the truth, the cold hard truth, but he also teaches the love and grace, right? Which sometimes, you know, I love the Church of Christ. I don't mind being called legalistic or all of that, but sometimes I do think we go too far and forget the love, right? Yeah, we're back on. The power is back on. Great. Yes, hello, Michelle. Hello. So, yeah, I think, you know, Ron doesn't hold back on the truth, that's for sure. But he also, you know, he also preaches the grace and the love, right? I mean, there are things we must do, right? But anyway, tomorrow with Calisper, oh, that is awesome. Okay, so tomorrow's, hello, tomorrow in the morning, I want to talk about, you know, it bothers me sometimes. The love is very important. It bothers me sometimes to see, you know, devotionals. I want to talk about devotionals tomorrow morning, and it's not meant to step on anybody's toes, because I tell you, even though our theology may be a little bit different, I love watching Jeanette and Cynthia and Kelly, because they are so, hello me, they are so encouraging and not teaching that prosperity philosophy that, you know, you see a lot on TV, that awful theology, that prosperity stuff. And that worries me. It worries me that people are following that. So anyway, oh, thank you, Teddy. Yeah, so I would like to have an open discussion. I am not, my calling is not to preach. My calling is to, I believe, be an example of Christ. And let me tell you, I fail every single day, several times a day. But, okay, Danny, go make breakfast. But tomorrow morning, I'd like to talk a little bit about, where are your devotionals coming from? Are they coming from the source? Or are they coming from something somebody else wrote? And that, because it worries me. But anyway, let's not talk about that today. It's Saturday morning. It's beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful. It's a gorgeous morning out here in the desert. And I am excited, like, in that thumbnail I showed you how my Christmas crochet along is coming along. I have already done 3 of the videos for that crochet along. They have been uploaded. They're ready to go live in September and October. And I will continue to do that as I'm working on the blanket. And I love the way it's turning out. I love, I've got people who are doing their versions, sometimes, 2. Some of them are doing 2. And I love how theirs have turned out. So that is something to look forward to. I'll do the introduction video in the middle of September, and then on September 19th will be week 1 of 12, and it'll be a 36 by 48 inch Afghan that ends in the first part of December with an amazing border that might stretch us a little bit. That border might stretch it. Well, the stitch itself for the Afghan is going to stretch us a little bit, and I think that's awesome. We need to get out of our comfort zone and become even more confident and experienced in our art, right? So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about Christmas in July fairies this year. It is going to be easier, cheaper, simpler for all involved, for fairies and participants, contestants. What do we get to call people who are not fairies? Because you're either a fairy or you're I would rather say participant than contestants, because it's not a contest. It's just a random appreciation for those who actually take time to watch our videos, even if the only video they ever watch is the fairy video. Absolutely fine. They do not have to be, we don't have to, make requirements of anybody in the Christmas and July fairies this year, and it will be easier. It'll be easier for people to go through the playlist and see. Oh, I love Afghans. Love them. It'll be easier for people to see whether or not their name was drawn by just scrolling through the playlist. That's all they're going to have to do. All fairies are to keep their videos under 3 long, and they're going to put the name of their winners in there. They're just going to shout out the name of their winners in there. If you've got a community tab, put it in as the thumbnail, put it in the description box, pin it at the top of the comments. That way people can really, we will have less, there will be less redrawing this way. Hey, okay, Marcia Lee, well that will start in September. Thank you. I'm so excited that you're going to be a part of that. That is wonderful. So yeah, so the fairy event is going to be streamlined. There will be a lot fewer fairies, because I believe by asking them not to require people to do anything other than comment, keeping the video short, because we're not building watch hours, we're not building subscribers. I believe that a lot of fairies will drop off. And that is great. That is great. But if it is, what if it goes the other way and I'm surprised and I've got more? Help me. If there's more, then it's going to be harder for me to stitching a new blanket. Oh, great. I hope you guys like it. I do have a playlist started, and it is in the description box of this live. Oh, thank you, Denny. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I'm not a preacher. That's not my calling. I believe my role is different. It's more, you know, that I need to work on being a better example of Christ, and yeah, and to encourage others to, let's just say, get out of those prosperity preachers and get out of their books and go to the source, right? So that's what I hope to encourage people to do tomorrow morning. So yeah, I think the fairies, it's going to be so much easier and so much more fun this way. So the link to how to participate. Okay, thank you, Marshall Lee. You're such a sweetheart. You guys, you know, you should check out Marshall Lee. She is a sweetheart too. Everybody in here that has come in, they are so nice to, you know, there's such a breath of fresh air to, you know, those who don't upload videos that are in here. It's great to make, you know, those friendships here in these live chats, and be encouraging to each other and have discussions in these chats about what's going on in your crochet. You know, encourage each other and inspire each other, right? I think it's amazing. And I think it's, you know, important to encourage each other, you know, in all things, like, you know, maybe in there, oh, thank you, Andrea. In things like, you know, what are you doing in your lives? I mean, mine are pretty boring, but I like to encourage a conversation about, you know, different crochet things that are going on YouTube, whether they're my deal or someone else's. You know who is doing great, who is doing a lot of stuff. Good morning, Valerie. Darla up there in Canada, she is, I just sent her finally her box. I've got to get everybody else's stuff done, like, in the next couple of weeks. I need to get that stuff all caught up. But I got Darla's box off to her because I cannot drop ship any of the Amway products to her. So I just sent her a box, and I gave her a link to, you know, instead of printing out the documents on how to use all that stuff, I just gave her a link to the folder where all that stuff is, right? I mean, why didn't I think of that before? Duh, Dana. Okay, so, oh, this has got to tighten up. This is going to be a problem. So anyway, I thought we could go live for most of the morning. You know, Granny D is going to be live this afternoon. So Kingman's only 50 miles away. Oh, thank you, Andrea. That is super encouraging to hear. I know that I've gotten a lot of, not a lot, I have gotten a little bit of, you know, like backlash, I guess that's the word, backlash on things like, you know, my fairy dare video. You know, and it was suggested that I was admonishing people. I don't feel like I was. I feel like I was encouraging. An encouraging example, and maybe it didn't come off that way. That's how it was meant. And I feel that there are those who are using some of those practices that I think kind of turns off, you know, people who watch us, and aren't conducive to, you know, growing these relationships. I feel like some people got really, really defensive, and that was not my intention. I was trying to encourage. Okay, so that is the Colorado River right there, and we are in Arizona. Good morning, Bree. Coffee in your cup. Black clove. Oh, it's black. Oh, good for you. Kelly, I was just talking about you. I was just telling Andrea that there were people this morning that I was thinking of that are wonderful encouragers, and you are one of them. That I was thinking of you and Jeanette and Cynthia and Andrea. I mean, you're all such I will be going through some dead zones. You guys know. We're coming up on, yes, I'm a trucker. Oh, you love the fairy. Oh, thank you, Chris. Dead zone. Oh, thank you for praying for me. I covet prayers. Dead zone. Sharon, we are headed to Albuquerque. We're on Interstate 40, headed east out of California. We just crossed into, good morning, Allie. Ugh. So you guys are, yeah, we're going over to, hello, Steph. Haven't seen you in Zoom. Okay, you guys, oh, it's closed. Oh, good. So I'm not, the roads out here are terrible. Okay, so we got the bypass. We are not going into the, that is the indicator, the green light, and the beeping for we're getting the bypass to go for the port of entry way station here. So I don't have to, so nobody had to go on the cup holder. There was no cup holder party. Sorry, Stephanie. So just so you guys know, let me try to fix this a little bit. This is killing me. Just so you guys know, get up there. Thank you for coming in, sister. That is wonderful. Okay, so what was I? Oh, the Zoom. So anytime, like you guys have a question about a stitch or you want to discuss something very dare, I'll be honest, I got a really nasty email in it. And then, even though, things kind of calmed down, she still wanted to draw me into some kind of debate. And I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. It's not worth it. But, if we want to have a kind conversation, that's great. We can do that. But, don't bait me and try to draw me into suck me into something that isn't going to be nice. But I do welcome, I truly, if you, you're starting your channel, or you're struggling with your channel, let's talk about shifting that focus and how, that will benefit you more than anything, than all those things that people are so focused on right now. Yes, it's fun to watch those numbers. I'm at what? Last time I looked, I'm at like 3,699 subscribers. And I'm like, wow, I'm so close to going over to 3,700. And that is fun. That is not the point. It's exciting and fun to make those numbers grow, but it is not the point. Seriously, if you shift your focus, it's, you'll be rewarded if you make, come on, Danny, let's go with the count your blessing shawl. Oh, I love those. Those are nice. Speaking of shawls, so here's my plan. So, I've talked in the past about those, now that I have two of each color. Oh, that's awesome. Now that I have two of each color, oh, this thing is killing me. my next, little pull out, I'm going to try to fix this. So you guys, hopefully I won't make you guys sick when I try to do that. Those Charlotte balls, and I have 2 of each color now, thanks to, those generous people who sent me 4, because when they had the 5 for $10, way back a couple of years ago. This is how long some of my whips. Yeah, we'll talk about the Scorched Earth knowledge too. So those shawls, from the Charlotte balls, are still. Good morning, Ellen. We were talking about you in Zoom last night. We miss you. So anyway, the Charlotte roadwork at mile 107 reduced. Okay, so we're gonna have a slowdown up here. Those Charlotte ball shawls that I want to make, let me tell you, Selena Baca has come up with the pattern that I think I'm going to use for those. And what I'm going to do is lay them around, the church building with a tag on it that says, "I'm not lost, I'm yours." And lay those around. And we have what's called it's not the gospel meeting we have in the spring, but in like September we have a what do we call it? Leadership something. Oh, what do we call that? Anyway, we have several preachers from around the country come, and it's like a 4 or 5 day South with the Zoom enablers. We are enablers, that's for sure. Yeah, life is always nuts, isn't it? And the only way to get through it is right through the middle. So anyway, we have this lectureship. It's called the lectureship in the fall. And we have, it goes on like 4 or 5 days. We have breakfast in the morning and all kinds of good teaching, throughout the day. And so I think for that, probably for next year's, because this year's I'm not going to be able to, get them done by then with the other priority projects. But next fall for the lectureship, I'm planning on having those Charlotte ball shawls done with, it's called the Sunrise Wrap, I think, of Selena Baca's. And, thank you. The Sunrise Wrap of Selena Baca's, and I bought the pattern, and I think that's what I'm going to use is those Charlotte balls for her Sunrise Wrap pattern, and put the tags on them that say, and lay those wraps around, on the benches with the tags that say, "I'm not lost, I'm yours," for our guests that come and join us for the lectureship in the fall. So not this fall, but next fall, because it's just sew it down the middle and make it into a poncho. And so, how fun. See, your experience and your knowledge and your confidence in your crocheting, allows you to get out of, the same things. Yeah, we've been missing you, Ellen. Get out of, the same things that we do all the time and do something different, because I think it creates confidence, and with, more experience. And if we take it like one stitch at a time, if it's something that's, wouldn't that be fun? I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this for a couple of years now, and I have the yarn, and it is still, on the list. So let's talk about that list. I have 20 things on that list. I'm going to plug you guys in. I dropped you. Oh, sorry, you guys. Dropped ya. Stupid thing. So, on that list, I'm going to try to tighten this thing up. Okay, that's a little better. On that list, I have, the things at the top that started Scorched Earth, only 20 that I've remembered as, I've been driving along. I've been remembering these things and verbally putting them into a list. Yeah. So, I have my priorities, what I think are, my priorities at the top. That is my Scorched Earth Challenge. But the Scorched Earth Challenge helps me move along. Selena Baca, it's on Ravelry, and I believe it's called the Sunrise Wrap. And I don't do, shawls are not my thing, but this is something I thought would be nice for, guests at church. Like, the men who are speaking, their wives are sitting, in the audience, and I feel like it would be nice to give them gifts. Boy, the brightness is, I'm finding it hard. Oh, okay. Okay. Ugh. Welcome in. Hopping around, other people have lives coming up too. I hope they are, entertaining and valuable to you. Oh, good, Denny. I would love to see you in Zoom. I would love to see you in Zoom. And everyone, the link to that Zoom room is in the description box. Is it the right link? Yes. It should be the 6 something number. Yeah. I hope it's the right link. If not, let us know. It's like a 6 something. But Zoom is open for people to just use that link. Yeah, there's a lot of sunshine. Well, of course, I'm in Arizona. A lot of sunshine in Arizona, and Colorado, and New Mexico, California. Is it only for members? No, I don't have memberships. I don't do that. You don't have to pay me to be a part of my life, right? Okay, so, super chats are fun and all of that, and I appreciate those, and I use those, in a way that goes back to benefiting. I used all those super chats, from 2 months ago for Dooley's care, and unfortunately lost him anyway, and that cost money too. I had to borrow money to, do the cremation and the box and this pendant that I'm wearing, and have all that done in a way that was a graceful goodbye. Okay, so email me, Denny. I'd love to hear from you. No, Zoom, that Zoom link is in the description box. It is not a membership thing. In Zoom, I ask that you, find that mute button when anytime somebody's talking to you or you're talking to someone else in the room, because your mic will pick that up so much, and then the rest of us are trying to have a conversation. Let me tell you something, potato chip bags. Oh yeah. I try not to, do my vitamins I forgot to do my vitamins this morning. So I try not to do my vitamins in the morning. When I'm on Zoom, I will mute. Muting is a great thing. A lot of places require, a lot of Zoom rooms, they require you to mute immediately when you come in, and only unmute when you're going to, add to the conversation. We get a lot of interruptions. Someone's like taking their turn to speak. It can be kind of frustrating, but it's Zoom. It's the nature of Zoom, right? So, if you say something, give somebody else a chance to speak. Be patient, wait. It can be frustrating, but it is so much fun, and we really get to know each other and develop friendships, and it's been wonderful. it is a wonderful thing. You know, if you're having a conversation with your dog or your cat, maybe that's a good time to mute, because people were kind of engaging in some kind of conversation, and all of a sudden, oh, there's baby talk talking to my kitty, or, you know, my hamster or whatever, and, you know, or my dog, and you know, that's great. You know, I love that, you know, people have those relationships with their pets, but, you know, somebody was, you know, kind of in the middle of something, and what is going on here? Okay. This guy's got his hazards on, so something is not going well for him. I don't know what. I'm kind of keeping an eye. That reminds me, I've got to keep an eye on the right side of my trailer. There's a tire back there that is, you know, it doesn't look great. It's within specs. Oh yes, the Zooms are wonderful, Ellen. And the other thing is, like when I'm, you know, like we were for a while there doing the Selena Baca Artisan Afghan, which I have not finished mine, but it is right up there in the upper part of the list to finish that, because it's a gift for somebody. You know, people, you know, sometimes, you know, people need to engage people who are working on it and say, yes, I found that problem, and here's where I had a problem, you know, and started focusing on, you know, making this correction so that mine wouldn't, you know, so that I got mine right, because it is a learning pattern, that's for sure. And then the Hag's Christmas Wheel Afghan crochet along. Yes, Bree, come join us. You know, the crochet along that will go public in September, you know, when you're working on that and you're having trouble with the hag stitch or something, or you're practicing the hag stitch from the crochet along playlist that you see in the playlist that's in the description box right now, you know, if you're having trouble, if you're finding out your counts aren't right, you know, something like that. Well, good morning, Connie. Thank you. I know Connie is going live this morning, her time. So, you know, I'm going to tell you guys, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you go to someone else's live, right? And Connie's a sweetheart, and she does wonderful lives. She does it. Robin, Crystal, you know, we've got some great friends. Of course, Dee's live this afternoon. Who is Sandy from Left is Right Crochet, you know, on Thursday evenings. Wonderful people going live. So if I happen to be going live over, you know, at the same time someone else is, you are not going to hurt my feelings by hopping on over, right? Yes, 12:30 Central Time. So if it's 12:30, 11:30, that is 10:30 Pacific, 11:30 Mountain, 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern. And then Granny D goes live at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, you know, we've got some great people going live. Great people. You are not going to hurt my feelings. My lives are not about watch hours. They're not about subscribers. It's about, there's always replay. You know, my lives are about, you know, having discussions with you while I'm going down the road and just enjoying my day with all of you. So, you know, it's engagement. It's about, you know, talking to other fiber artists, right? Because if you're creating things with yarn, you are a fiber artist. So, and I like to promote fiber arts. Luck of the draw, whoop whoop, that's right, I got mine sitting right here next to me. Luck of the draw. I love luck of the draw. Now the Christmas Wheel Afghan, for those of you who haven't heard me talk about it 50 million times, which I do, grandson's first birthday party. Totally a priority. Hello, Steph. Yep, Steph's doing luck of the draw. So, my Christmas wheel Afghan crochet along that will start in September it was inspired by my Luck of the Draw blanket, but it'll be similar but very different. And I have Nancy's blessing from Nan's Next Knots to do it the way I'm doing it. And also I have been in touch with Ryan, the beautiful yarn hag Ryan, because we're using the hag stitch to do the Christmas Afghan. And I'm so excited. I've already started uploading the videos where I'm spinning the wheel, coming up with that week's number and that week's stripe heights, because the height of each stripe is going to be, you know, different as you go along. It will end up with a 36 by 48 inch Afghan. I'm doing, you know, mine in Christmas colors, and hey, I'm in Arizona. I can speak up. I forgot that. Christmas colors, and it will be done in time for Christmas. So I am so excited about that, and the fact that, you know, my intention is not to rip off or step on, you know, other YouTubers and, you know, creators. It's to honor them and show that that's where that inspiration came from, especially, you know, when I'm doing the Luck of the Draw. But each color stripe is a different height. So all the color stripes in my Luck of the Draw Afghan are, you know, the stripe heights are ending up random in a way that ends up with the length of the blanket that I want. And I'm so excited and so encouraged and inspired by how that blanket is turning out. And I'm doing it in a single crochet thermal stitch, which makes it double thick, but it is going to be, you know, kind of a weighted blanket and very squishy. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, good morning. So that's where obviously I got the idea from the Luck of the Draw, and then I started looking around at, you know, what kind of pattern I could use. I'm also doing a border as part of that crochet along, which might stretch us a little bit. It's going to be a double border, an envelope border, so that I don't have to, you know, weave in any ends on the edges of the blanket. Now, when, you know, colors begin and end in the middle, yes, I weave those in and snip them, but the ends on the edges of the blanket are going to be enclosed in a double border done in a half double crochet instead of a double crochet. Now, I'm very excited about us, you know, sharing our experience with doing that kind of border, and I want to thank my friend Linda from Idaho for, you know, doing that on her hag stitch blanket and, you know, giving me the inspiration again to do that. Hello, Jennifer. Yeah, and it is the kind of border that, you know, a lot of people use for their mosaic blankets. And I love, you know, the thickness of it and the way it'll turn out. And I believe it's a teaching moment, right? You know, not only are we working on our skills using, well, good morning, Robin. Not only are we using our skills learning the hack stitch, but we are, you know, increasing our skills doing that double border. Robin, we need to talk about your hack stitch blanket, you know, maybe in Zoom, because I've come up with, you know, a couple of just a little bit different on the row heights. If you've got 40 inches wide like I do, then I'm also going to do an extra 4 inches on the length of my blanket. So what was that, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, so it's going to be 54 inches tall. So I did another column in the spreadsheet to make it 54 inches long if you're doing a 40-inch wide blanket. So let's talk, Robin, and when I go into Zoom later. Need a sip of my coffee. Okay, Danny. you know, I made a little extra couple of columns there on the right for those of you that were testing the pattern for me. There's like 2 more columns there on the right in the public worksheet. Yes, Robin, that's exactly what that is. That was just for me because I ended up with a 40-inch, you know, width on my chainless foundation row. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to add an inch per quarter of the blanket. So yeah, that's what that's all about. So for those of you who are testing and you ended up with a wider blanket, I came up with stripe heights, you know, a little bit longer in 4 different places of the blanket. So instead of 48, it's what, 15, 51, 52, 53, 54 inches long. 40 by 54 instead of 36 by 48. So for those of you who are testing, that's what those extra columns are. That's me messing and meddling and not leaving my fingers out of it. So I went in and did that. You know, I could, I might put something, so I've already started, like I've uploaded the first 3 videos already, so I will probably, you know, I can put that in the description box. I will put that option in the description box. I think that's a good idea for those who want to do a 40 by 54 blanket. Yes, I think that's a great idea. You're using a 3-weight, yes, I realize that. So I am loving that you are doing something, you know, not along the main, you know, the main crochet along. I love that you're using the 3-weight, and, you know, so you're going to be able to hopefully tell me when you're done how much, you know, how many skeins of each yarn were actually, of each color were actually, you know, put into the crochet along. Where for me, I just, you know, we're just kind of guessing that we're going to do 6, you know, average size skeins. Like I'm using, I love this yarn, so I'm using 6 different colors, you know, 1 each of each color skein, and I love this yarn, and 2 for the base color. So there's 8 skeins all together. I can't give a yardage, but I can give you a guess on, you know, an average size skein. You know, like if I love this yarn, I've got 1 of each of the, you know, the random colors, and I've got 2 of the base color, and that's what I'm going with. Now, with the luck of the draw, there were some colors, you know, where because of this width of my stripes, and because of how many times they've been, you know, drawn, you know, I've had to go round into Hobby Lobby and pick up, you know, a couple more skeins. And that's kind of how it's going to be with the Christmas wheel afghan. And the reason why it's called the Christmas wheel is because I'm using a virtual spinning wheel to choose the numbers every week. Once I get started, I'm planning to do a 3-weight also. Awesome! Love it. Love that you guys are, you know, going off of, I'm just, you know, doing the videos saying, hey, this is, you know, I'm doing it in a 4-weight. This is how many we started with. And we'll see if I, you know, need to go back to Hobby Lobby to get more by the time we're done. So, yeah, I love that you guys are using the 3-weight. Fun. Woo, bumpy road. This road, okay, so this is Interstate 40. And this goes from Barstow, California to North Carolina. What city in North Carolina is it? Is it Wilmington? I'm sure that's how Wanda knows what city, you know, Interstate 40 ends up in. But it is like, it goes across basically the middle of the country, and it is you know, the sections that I have driven on it, the road surface is terrible. 2 of each, so I have 550 yards of each color. Good deal, because you're using a 3-weight, so you're going to use, you know, a different amount, and I love that. What size hook are you using? Because I am using a 4-weight, but I have dropped down to an H hook, which some 4-weights call for an H hook, but most of them seem to be calling for an I hook all the time. So I'm using, yes, Wilmington. Thank you, Wanda. Yeah, so I think because this is such a main artery through the middle of the country, it's hard to keep up on road maintenance. My son wants to know what you are hauling today. What am I hauling today? I am I'm hauling bread from a bakery out of La Habra, California, and I'm taking it up to the King Super Bakery distribution center up in Denver. So I'm hauling bread, like buns, like loaves of, you know, like sandwich bread and hot dog buns and hamburger buns, that kind of thing. So my load is very light today. You're using an H hook with the 3-weight. Okay. So it's going to be kind of a drapey, a very drapey blanket. See, and I dropped down to an H hook, and of course, here's the thing about crochet alongs. You know, you can follow them to the T, or, you know, you can use your own creativity to do your own thing. Yeah, all the things I don't eat, yeah, when I'm not cheating. Yeah. Okay, I can put this out of the way so I can take a little bite this morning. Yeah. But I tell you what, that bakery smelled amazing. And these trailers, after you hold a bakery load, oh, my trailer that I went to drop off there, my previous load was just bread trays coming down from Portland into the LA area. And when I hopped up into that trailer after it was empty to get the straps and stuff out of it, make sure it was ready for the next load, when I dropped it, that trailer smelled delicious. It was amazing. And bakeries, going into those bakery warehouses, oh, they smell so good. Cool. You know what? That's exactly right. It smells better than it tastes, and it smells better than it feels, right? And that's something for me to remember so that I don't fall off the wagon and eat bread. Mojave County, Arizona. Historic Route 66. Oh, those are so good. But not worth it. Not worth the consequences, right? Oh, here comes a bump. Everybody hang on. Buckle up. Put on your helmets. Rough road. I hate this road. Ah. Sourdough is my favorite kind of bread. I used to make my own sourdough, and I also did whole wheat bread. I made my own, and I loved them. I think my whole wheat recipe, love that book. It kind of just, it doesn't Encyclopedia of Country Living doesn't really delve into each subject, too far of a dive, but it touches on all those subjects and it gives you a starting point, right? So I really love the Encyclopedia of Country Living. It seems like the 10th publication was the last one. Of course, Carla Emery is gone now, sadly, but a great book, great resource. Love that book. Speaking of books, most of the time when I want something for myself, as far as, books go, I just, buy it on Kindle and I download it to my Kindle app. But I just ordered the Every Which Way Crochet Borders book. I got the hard copy, and that I'm going to give away at the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social, along with, a bunch of other stuff. There's going to be yarn, and there's going to be at least one, wheeled project bag, the kind that, it kind of works like luggage. It's wheeled, and it's, got an extendable handle. That's going to be given away. Stitch markers, hooks, all kinds of stuff. And today, the generator is going to be looked at. Oh, he should be there in about 7 minutes. He's scheduled to the generator guy is scheduled to be there at 9 o'clock Mountain Time this morning. My friends Daryl and Sandra, thank you so much for being there to handle that for me. And yeah, they're going to be there while he checks on the generator and find out why it's not starting. It was starting, I guess right before I, started, before I took possession of it. But, anything could go wrong with those. It's got 49,000 miles on it. It has sat a lot, and so, things go bad with time. Tires rot out from the inside out, so you can't even see that they're rotting on the inside. So that's one of my next purchases is tires. But getting the generator going, we're going to get it tuned up and get it, ready for the trip to the Dells in September for the Yarny Social. And so I'm excited and kind of nervous to hear what this guy has to say about the motorhome. Yeah, a little nervous about that. And, the more I think about, these repairs and where I got the money to make those repairs, I got that money from selling Audacious, my flatbed Ford diesel pickup. So, and I think, yeah, generators, they need it. Okay, Jennifer. Thank you for coming in. So, the thing needs tires. I just want to make it, I call it seaworthy. It's roadworthy, getting it roadworthy for the trip in the fall. And I would also like to take some short trips this summer. Of course, the desire to do that has been significantly, let's say, dampened. Now that Dooley won't be with me, it's like, what's the point, I wanted to take Dooley on these little adventures and, and they have filters in those that need to be cleaned, and then the edges of them need to be taped up with that silver tape and made more efficient. And I've watched, like I said, some YouTube videos on that. So that'll be important to do this year. Whew. Bumpy, bumpy. It's bumpy, bumpy. Yeah, so lots of things to do on the motorhome this year. Now that I own it, I feel more comfortable having a lot of things done. You know, now that, you know, the title's been signed over, it belongs to me. You know, the insurance on that thing is like $10 a month. Crazy cheap, where it was like, you know, I had basic, you know, the very basic liability on the pickup, and that was around $45 a month. Because, you know, I hardly drove it. I'm so glad I sold it to somebody who's going to use it. That diesel engine needs to be used. So, I'm glad somebody's going to get some use out of it. He's a landscaper. Yeah, it is so cheap. And because, you know, I'm going to, for the moment, I'm driving it to the, you know, co-op to get propane and then over to Willie's to put gas in it. So, really, you know, until, and I will up the insurance, like, when I decide to take one of my first little maiden voyages trips, right? Because I'm thinking about just going, you know, I'll get it on the freeway, and I will, you know, take it to someplace, I don't know, an RV park somewhere. You know, I could just try to boondock it, but I'm not going to boondock anything until I get, you know, the solar figured out. I need somebody who knows the solar to come, you know, check out that system. It might be just a matter of needing new solar batteries because the ones that are in there are so old, right? So, you know, it might be something like that. So I don't, you know, I was thinking, okay, we're going in the cup holder. I was thinking that, you know, I just run down, you know, the freeway about 20-30 miles and spend the night at the Boise stage stop, truck stop. But the problem is that thing's not set up to do any boondocking at the moment because that solar and the generator are not, you know, things. Maybe once the generator gets fixed, you know, maybe I could do that because, you know, that's not very far out of Boise. It's probably 40-50 miles actually from the house. So, you know, that might be a good little maiden voyage, you know, for an overnighter at the truck stop. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe we'll set that up because the solar, good morning, Yarn Moods. Yeah, the solar is something, you know, I kind of got a basic idea how it works, but I'm thinking it's probably just a matter of needing new batteries. You know, it's not storing anything because the batteries are so, I mean, it's a 1999 motorhome, and I don't know when they put solar in it, but I'm sure it was, could have been a decade ago, you know. Okay. Trying to keep my GPS from falling over and hitting the ground. Oh, there's an RV park right there with free Wi-Fi. Whoop, whoop. But right now, thankfully, I'm parked where it is plugged into a 50 amp service. So we left that plugged in, and hopefully, you know, I'm trying to figure out why the battery drains, you know, while I'm out on the road. What is running that drains the starter battery? So we're dealing with that. And it should charge while it's plugged into a 50 amp, but we'll see. We'll find out more today. We'll find out a lot. I'm kind of nervous about that guy coming out and messing with my yarn bus, telling me the good news and the bad news. Good morning, Pixie Stitch. Well, Daryl got up there and painted, you know, the seal on the front cap because I was getting raindrops in the windshield inside. When we had a really big heavy rain, so that got sealed up, and I got to paint the roof with that Flex Seal, so the rest of it is sealed up. Good morning, Marion. You know, I very interested in two dogs. One's name is Traeger and the other one's name is Conrad. And they are at this Jerome, Idaho rescue. And let me tell you, I am not impressed with these rescues because I filled out applications for both of them. When they found out I wouldn't be back for 3 or 4 weeks, they're like, oh, we don't hang on to your application. You'll have to fill out a new one when you're ready to meet the dog. That's like, seriously? You can't hang on to a dang application so that I don't have to, fill one out every single time? Good morning, Dolly. Good morning. Yeah, they want me to fill out an application every single time I get interested in one of their dogs. I mean, I'm pretty sure, yes, and I'm pretty sure that they make it so tough to adopt a dog, and they throw out applications constantly because the more dogs they have in there, the more money they get from the government. I am very turned off by these rescues, and there are two dogs that I'm very interested in, and I would like, I would like to meet both of those dogs separately and see if they're a good fit, but it sounds to me like they're not going to do that. You want to meet a dog, you're going to meet one, and then they're going to push the adoption on you because it's $275 to $300 adoption fee. So, yeah. I mean, the money they get from the government is already covered, all the work that they have to, they do the microchipping, the spay and neuter, the vet checks, the care. Yeah, they're getting money for that. And I would gladly pay that adoption fee for the right dog, but they are not going to push me into just grabbing a dog because they're ready to adopt it out. I am really unimpressed with these rescues. Unimpressed. I could tell just by immediate contact with these adoption, coordinators, it had nothing to do with what's best for the dog. Nothing. Both of these dogs well, these are rescue shelters. That's what these are. And they get money. Shelters get money. Rescues they all get money from the government for having more dogs. And man, they're adoption coordinators. Ooh, I'm not getting along with them. It's too bad because both these dogs are male. They're heeler mixes. And they're 3 years old. They get along with other dogs. So yeah, I'm just really disillusioned about all of them. We've got a shelter called Pet Adoption League PALS in Emmett, Idaho, and they at least just put my name down on a list, right? Both of them on their profile page say they're good on car rides. Because obviously that's an important thing for me, right? I'm just really discouraged. They're both heeler mixes, which is a dog breed I understand. Some of those healers are very stoic. Yeah, basically, yeah. Good morning, Pat. Hi, Christine. He's out driving big rig. Driving big rig. I'm just really unimpressed. You know, I took time to jump through all their hoops, upload pictures of the fenced yard, upload pictures of the inside of the motorhome, you know, answer questions. Where will this pet be sleeping? Well, in the bed with me, of course, you know. Oh, you're a perfect fit. You know, you're a perfect adopter. You are approved, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, you can't pick up this dog today? Right. So, yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in that process. So, here's the thing where my will versus God's will kind of comes into battle. You know, I want to meet these two dogs, Traeger and Conrad, on my own terms, so that I'm sure that I'm getting the right dog, right? That it's right for the dog. The last thing I want is to drag a dog around the country and make him unhappy. That's the last thing I want. So, you know, and by her, you know, by them giving me such, you know, a hard time that I wasn't ready to go meet the dog, you know, or have one picked out at the other shelter, like, immediately, well, that just makes me want to rebel and say, no, I want that, I want to meet that dog, you know. But maybe something isn't right about either one of those dogs, you know. Maybe that's not the dog that God plans on blessing me with, right? Yeah, exactly. Up these healers because they don't understand them. And it's the dog that I understand, right? It's you know, a dog that I get. And I get along with males better than I do females. I just love them. Love them with me, but he really didn't always get that way with that they were getting him to engage and be playful. Well, what he was telling them was, you're making me uncomfortable. Shut up. Get out of my face. He hated that. His bark was so sharp and ear-piercing. Oh my goodness. It was so... Oh my goodness, are you barking? You're killing me. It was so cute. He's like, I want to go talk to that dog, Mom. Oh, he was a funny boy. I miss him so much. Oh, this guy's coming out, so I'm going to move over. There's the big Petro, that's a big Petro right there. That's a big one. That's a big truck stop. I need a little wide spot. I need to pull over for a minute. Find a good little pull out. I don't like pulling off the road, you know, taking the exit, going into the truck stop, parking. I don't like doing that. I like a wide spot. I like taking an exit and just parking on the side of the on-ramp, right? Take a quick break, do something, whatever I gotta do. So I was gonna try to secure this phone a little better. Okay. So while I'm looking for that, how many of you have tried the hag stitch from our beautiful yarn hag Ryan? I'm obsessed with it. Oh, wow. Well, I hope that his new home was wonderful. Oh, great. So there's a playlist in the description box. Hang on. Ooh. Oh, good. So there's the Crochet Along playlist that I'm uploading the Crochet Along videos to. Thank you. So in the playlist in the description box, like the first video is the beautiful yarn hag Ryan and her tutorial for that pumpkin. So, you know, maybe make a swatch just to practice or do something with the hag stitch. Oh, thank you. I love her pumpkin. It is so wonderful that she made with the hag stitch. And other people have done things like, which I haven't gotten into, you know, increases and decreases using the hag stitch. And others have done the hag stitch in the round, and oh, they made hats and scarves and shawls and blankets and all kinds of stuff. I'm kind of obsessed with it at the moment, of course, because, you know, using a 4-way with the H-hook makes it so squishy. Squishy. I need an exit. So I can grab something to blow my nose with and try to secure that phone a little better. Okay, Old Dominion. You're sure hitting the brakes. Okay, there's an exit up here. I'm going to try that. So 93 South would take you to Wickenburg or Phoenix. 2 corgi mixes, brother and sister, who have a bark that goes straight into my brain, but are sweet. Yes. Oh yeah, Dooley's bark was piercing. Oh my goodness, it's an odd bark. It's, you know, not like your typical lab or something would have. They definitely have their own bark. The healers do. Woo! And Dooley's big brother from another litter, big brother from another litter, from another set of parents. Parker was a, you know, one of those bigger style, bigger body style. Oh, how do I get back on the freeway? Hello. Oh. Okay. you know, those bigger, dark, you know, tricolored corgis. That's what Parker was. And we had to say goodbye to Parker one morning. That was sad. But Parker was so sweet. He was the sweetest, most loving dog. Oh, he was wonderful. Okay, so I think there's a place up here where I can kind of pull off for just a minute. And, oh, no, I don't like that. There's too much of a tilt in that bank. But I think right here, oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Let's do this. Parker was just such a sweet, loving dog. It was sad to say goodbye to him. He was 13 years old. Seems to be kind of a magic number. Okay. Let's go off the drive line real quick. Change, off duty. Okay. Reach back here for some. Oh, I gotta. My project fell on the floor. Put it up on the trunk. Yeah, so anyway, the hag stitch. If you go to the link in the description box to that hag Christmas Afghan playlist, you'll see Yarn Hag Ryan's, you know, at the very top of the list, the Yarn Hag Ryan's stitch tutorial and tutorial on making that wonderful pumpkin. So, you know, I encourage you guys to try that out. And, oh, I should do my vitamins, but maybe later. I should at least take my double X, right? I gotta take my double X. Okay, Rhoda's talking to me. All right, stuff is stored a little better now. This way. Yeah. And for those of you who have never watched one of Ryan's videos, please check her out. She's wonderful. She's been kind of busy, you know, this last year she bought a store. I forget which kind of store, but it, you know, it's something that she is really concentrated on. I'm sure that she'll be back to doing more videos soon. She's just a little preoccupied at the moment. Okay, you guys are a little more secure. Oh, thank you, Andrea. That's wonderful. Okay, off we go. Tally ho. Yeah. It's called the Yarn Hag Ryan, and there's a link to that playlist right above you, Pam, that Andrea posted. Check out the playlist and you'll see, I believe her video for the pumpkin, the hag pumpkin is like at the very top. I think it is, at least it is for me. Maybe it's different for you guys. Maybe those playlists show differently. I don't know, or are they in the order that I put them in? Because I kind of moved them around. She is such a sweetheart. A bunch of us sent her a reverse heart attack box a while back, and oh my goodness, I loved seeing her open that box. It was huge. That was such a fun thing to do. The wild ruggedness and rawness of this landscape I just love. Thanks for mentioning the hag stitch. I've never heard of it before, and now I have a bunch of videos to watch later. Oh, good, yes, because she is wonderful. She is so sweet. Her and... Oh, good, thank you, Andrea, thank you. Yeah, her and Nancy from Nan's Next Knots, who, you know, inspired me with her Luck of the Draw crochet along that I'm now behind on. You know, know, there are a lot of days that I get done, and sometimes out of sheer just being tired from driving 500 plus miles a day, or just out of, you know, I'll admit it, I'm a little bit depressed, but I'll get through it. And, you know, it's, you know, you just have to go through it, right? You know, when you're grieving. Still in a lot of pain over, you know, the loss of my, I'll admit it, my husband will be smacking me from the grave, but truly, Dooley has been the love of my life. The greatest love of my life. I'm sorry, Wayne. He would have given me such a heart. He would have had so much fun messing with me about that. Wayne was fun, but yeah. Dooley, oh, that, you know, it's so unconditional and so uncomplicated, and, you know, 12 and a half years of going through all these different lives, you know, like different phases of my life. And I feel like I lived several lifetimes with him, always by my side, unconditionally. Except for, you know, it's not unconditional when it's time to throw the ball. It was pretty demanding. Oh, I miss that. I miss him being at my feet while I'm crocheting, you know. And whatever I was working on, Dooley, you know, if I set it down, Dooley immediately laid on it, right? There's always dog hair in my projects. Oh, that baby. I miss him so much. Well, hello, Amy. Awesome that you're here. Hello, hello. We've been talking about the hag stitch. Oh, and Christmas in July Fairies is starting June 15th of this year. It should be a much smaller deal this year, and so much easier for people to participate either as a participant or as a fairy. So yeah, Chris, there's a link in the description box on how to participate this year. Very easy, very short videos this year, no requirements, just, you know, make it easy. Make it very easy, not only on, you know, those participating, but easy on people, you know, who decide to be fairies, because, you know, there should be way fewer redraws because of the way we're doing it this year. And you don't even have to redraw if you don't want to. Since I'm new here, I have my desktop open. I see Dooley in one of your, yeah, he's my baby. I still feel very connected to him, so it still feels like I lost a limb. Feels like I feel handicapped because I'm missing a body part, right? Getting over because there's a trucker on the shoulder. There we go. So yeah, just a heads up for those of you who aren't used to all the, you know, buffering as I travel. There will be dead spots, and we'll just keep spinning and spinning and spinning. No requirements. I am a supporter, so there's nothing to sub to. Yeah. So yeah, and you know, you can upload a fairy video even if you don't do any other videos, and you can participate. If you decide you would rather be a giver than a participant, you can, you know, upload a fairy video and just do the one thing, right? And then you upload the drawing video, and honestly, you don't have to send it, you know, your semi-finalist anything. You can just forward that on for the, you know, for the big drawing. And if the winner is overseas, literally, you can just send an e-card through email. You don't have to do anything that is, you know, a physical gift, or, you know, even a gift, you know, if a gift card is even, you know, out of, your realm of, possibilities, you could send them an e-card through email, or, just a congratulations on being the big winner. And because it was not set up to be, necessarily a bunch of gifts going to one person. It was not set up for subscribers. It was not set up for, to gain subscribers. And it was not set up for gaining watch hours and all of that. No, it was meant to just kind of celebrate one person in the end, by a bunch of different channels. That is the whole point of the Christmas in July fairies. And for those who are still sticking around because there's no requirements, and it's being made so easy, kudos to you for deciding to be a fairy, because you know what, your numbers are going to climb anyway. Just don't worry about it. Just stop watching it. They're going to climb anyway. You don't worry about it. They're going to go up and down and sideways and inside out through the whole thing. But that is the plan. 2 videos, US's gifts and e-cards. That is excellent, Amy. I love that you're doing that. I love that you're doing that. Yeah, people who don't normally upload videos, to be, watched by the community, you can do that. You can be a fairy just by doing that. Okay, we're going to turn on we're climbing a hill. We're down to 44 miles an hour, and I'll probably buffer the video. The live will buffer going through this cut in the road up here. It wouldn't surprise me. We'll see. We'll see how tightly YouTube hangs on to the live stream. Let's see. So nice out here. I would like to explore. So, speaking of exploring, there's a guy I watch called the Campulance Man. His name is David. He's got a dog named Lefty, and they are quite the celebrities in the whole van life community on YouTube. He built out an ambulance thing. His parents. What state am I in? I am in Arizona right now. I'm out in Needles, California, which is right there on the other side of the border. Now I'm on Interstate 40 heading. Yeah, so I'm on Interstate 40 in Arizona. Oh, I better get over it. They're using a crane or something on this. Something happened there. I don't know what. Yeah, Interstate 40, started out in California, quickly crossed over here into Arizona, and then I'll be in New Mexico later today. Yeah. So as far as the crochet along goes, I have a friend, Tammy, love my friend Tammy, shout out to Tammy, who wants to do it in some kind of a shawl. So she's figuring out how to do it with the length, and with the hag stitch or whatever, and she's going to do it in a shawl, because seriously, like I was saying before, when I upload the videos, I'm going to speak as if you're all doing it the same way I'm doing. And I told him, I said, I bragged to all my friends. I saw David and Lefty today. It's just so calming, to go for walks with Lefty, and and him having his coffee in the morning with Lefty at his feet, inside that ambulance. He was very inspirational. Okay, Andrea, and thank you again for doing that. Okay, back to work. Oh, that's Crystal. Oh, hi, honey. Bye, sweetie. I'm so happy to see you. I didn't see you come in earlier, but yes, got to go to work. Got to earn that paycheck. Yes. As I'm doing, driving down the road. Yeah, so anyway, David and Lefty, it's just so cool. He's got a very soothing voice, and you know, he's got Lefty with him. Lefty's quite the card, and Lefty protects him. It's wonderful. Okay, Bree. Yes, people are going to go in and out all day, you know, during the lives, and yeah, see you guys. See you guys. Like I said, I'll be live again tomorrow morning, but I want to have a good, open, loving, honest conversation tomorrow morning about, you know, devotionals, quote unquote devotionals. Now that Sunday morning would be good to do that. Of course, I'll be popping off, you know, at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time on Sundays. I join the Oregon City Church in their morning worship, the Lord's Supper, good preaching, you know. The guy preaches the truth, that's for sure. Straight out of Scripture. Not out of some book somebody else wrote, but straight out of Scripture, as we're all encouraged to do. So anyway, that's a little preview for tomorrow. I sure do need an adjustment, but my chiropractor, the one I trust, is in Colorado Springs. And it's hard for me to find, you know, it's been 2 or 3 years now since I went and saw him, and I need to, but it's kind of hard to, you know, the timing is never right for me to go do that. So, yeah, there's that. Plus, you know, even though I don't run as hard as, say, my friend Wanda does, who, you know, runs really hard, you know, I run hard enough, you know, 500 plus miles a day, 9 hours a day, you know, that it's hard, you know, at the end of the day to do the things that I want to do, you know. A lot of times I'm just like, I'm out, I'm going to bed, I'm done. Last night I crocheted a row in my Christmas Afghan for the cow. Good morning, Tammy. I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? I was talking about people, you know, taking, like I'm doing a crochet along and I'm uploading the videos and, you know, vocalizing in a way that assumes everybody's going to do it, you know, the way I'm presenting it, right? Yes, it was all good. You know, that it's going to be an Afghan, 36 by, you know, 48, blah, 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 blah. Well, but my friend Tammy is going to do something more creative and more within her wheelhouse, you know, making a shawl or something, you know, using the crochet along as a basis for it. So really you're creating your own thing. And, you know, using the term, I use the term that Mikey uses a lot is you know, use your own creativity. And that's what Tammy's doing. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that, Vanessa. That it's, you know, the last couple of cats that I've lost, it's been devastating for me. It's just devastating because you devote so much of your mental and emotional energy towards the caring of this creature that is so much a part of your life and is more than just a pet, right? Yep, I get it. It's more than just a pet. Oh, what a beautiful scene with the you know, the mountains up ahead and the prairie floor with all that juniper. And oh, I love all that juniper with the mountains behind and the rocks and the yellow grass. This is just beautiful to me. I love it. Some people look out across this view and say, oh, there's nothing out there. You're in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing there. Well, yeah, source on the rocks, and it's all beautiful when it's out here. I love it. Isn't it? It's gorgeous, Tammy. I just, And to me, this isn't nothing, this is everything. This is everything. Yeah, there's nothing like that bond. And, you know, I have been very, very close to my pets in the past. You see, and I'm happy to show you this kind of country. Like, I've had, you know, very strong bonds with my pets in the past. Oh, I can tell you stories like where I got Bounce and little Miss Inez and how she was found and created and named. And yes, I love sharing these. Yeah, see, and I love this kind of view. This is my world. You know, I am not a city girl. Now, some of you have heard, you know, the story of the city mouse and the country mouse. Well, that always makes me think of my friend Kathy. She is a city mouse. She is a city girl, and I am, boy, that is not on there well. I hope they make it all the way where they're going with all that stuff. Anyway, she's my city cousin. I'm her country cousin, you know. And I see a lot of people in my side of the fence. There are different levels of being a country person, right? And there are different levels of being a city person too. Now, I love my city cousin. I love her very much, and I appreciate her point of view on things. And, you know, when mine differs, you know, because of a city point of view versus a country point of view, you know, the older I get, the more it just makes me giggle, because it's just two different point of views, right? But there are people on my side of the fence, you know, as far as country versus city goes, who can be really obnoxious and arrogant towards those who are not country people, right? Really arrogant, and they like to sit around and laugh and make fun of the people. Well, I get sucked into that, and other times I sit back and I think, why did I? It reminds me of a group of people around like Eastern Buckaroo viewpoint. Some of you may laugh and think that's just ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. It is a skill set, and it is a lifestyle that where a lot of them, not all of them, just like in any group, you have people who are not who they, you know, think they are, and then there are people who are the real deal. Well, in the Buckaroo Society, they adopt like the vaquero style of horsemanship and cattlemanship, you know, running cattle. You know, then I became a horse trainer for a while, learned a lot about foundational horsemanship and how that, you know, how that is true foundational horsemanship crosses all disciplines of horsemanship, whether you're a barrel racer, team roper, you know, you're into dressage, training, horse racing, all of these things, polo, you know, team penning, all these things, even just trail riding, all of these things are beneficial to the horse, and foundational horsemanship is at the basis of all of these disciplines, right? Well, people, you know, there are people in the Buckaroo Society who are so arrogant that, you know, they're going to find reasons to make fun of me. And they're going to find reasons to make fun of somebody like Julie Goodnight, who's a very foundational horsemanship, you know, teacher and trainer. So, you know, I see a lot of people who have spent most of their lives in the country at whatever level or whatever form that looks like. As country folks, they get arrogant and they sit around and they tease and they make, and, you know, really, you know, I love being a country girl, you know, for lack of a better term. I love being very, and I'm proud of being very based in, the agricultural kind of side of life. I, am not a very good apartment dweller, but I have to remember not to look down my nose and make fun of people who are, from the city, who are good apartment dwellers or cul-de-sac, neighborhood dwellers or whatever. They're different walks of life, and it's what at one time, I looked at these people like country snobs. There are country snobs out there, and we don't need to be snobs. Just because, someone has dabbled in a little bit of horsemanship, but they don't understand horsemanship, I don't have to prove how much smarter I am by, laughing at them and making fun of them, turning them into a joke. I could be helpful, and offer, maybe a little bit of insight, or, maybe help show them a better way of doing something, like, let's say, picking up a horse's foot. There are ways to do that are much more effective than others. Getting horses in the trailer. I know a guy, love him to death, but he says, yeah, if they don't get in the trailer, I just hook them up to a come-along and I winch them into the trailer. Okay, I don't do it that way, but and I believe that my way is a little bit, longer lasting, to where the horse isn't walking in fear. But born in Missouri, all of my grandparents came from a farming background. See, and that's, we kind of relate, it's kind of part of our identity to, or is it just having a place on, an acre or two, that isn't in town? Or, are you a high-rise kind of person, a condo person? Do you have the 3.5 kids, and a housing, development type neighborhood, Highlands Ranch in Colorado. That is your life, and if that's, we base our identity on these things, right? I just don't see the point side of, the lifestyle. What? Huh. I wonder why Zach would be, I have found a couple people to be blocked. That's weird. When I didn't block them. Like, yeah. A couple of people have said that they were blocked. Zach, I'm sorry. Hang on, dude. Let me see this. Yeah, like that is weird. I'm afraid that'll mess me up. Yeah, I can't do it right now. Sorry, dude. I'll check it, this afternoon. Amy, don't let me forget. Hey, Linda. Yeah, I was mentioning you this morning, too. We've been talking about you. We talked about Ellen. We talked about Tammy and Kelly and Andrea and Cynthia and Jeanette. Yeah. There are people we've been talking about in here today. All good. All good, though. Linda, it's so good to see you. Linda is my neighbor from the other side of I-84 in Idaho. No, I was telling him, that I'm totally stealing your idea for doing the double border on the Hag Christmas Afghan. Yeah. And so I've added like Tina's tutorial on how to do that in the crochet along playlist. Of course, I'm going to do it like you were doing it with the half double crochet. And I'm not going to make it very big, but yeah, it's a learning opportunity to become more confident and expand our skills, right? And besides, next year I plan on doing a pretty big mosaic for my mom, and double borders are the best. I hate, yeah, so you don't have to weave in any ends. Yeah, so thank you, Amy. Yeah, I'm sorry, Zach. Yeah, that has happened a couple of times. People have said, hey, am I blocked? You know, are we not speaking? Are we in a fight? And I didn't know it. And I'm like, if we are, I don't remember being in a fight. Yeah, Zach, I'm sorry, dude. I will fix that. In the meantime, everybody check out Zach's channel. If it's something you like, you know, stick around and watch more of his videos. Maybe he's got some tutorials and stuff that, you know, interest you. Check it out. Oh, tried it again. Buffer. We are definitely in a in and out dead zone. Yeah, we're buffering. So everybody just hang on while we go through, you know, another dead zone. We're not quitting yet, that's for sure. We are not quitting yet. We're gonna go for let's see. We're gonna go for at least another hour or so. So, you know, you're not gonna hurt my feelings if you go in and out. Go check out other lives. Go, you know, do your Saturday thing. You know, and I don't expect any of you to hang out the whole time. It's just nice to, you know, see people come in and go out and, you know, have conversations. Oh, this mount is just killing me. Okay, let's try that. Make you guys seasick. Yeah, so yet another construction project. Yeah, not much I can do about them. Linda? Sorry, my mouth is full. Caught me. Okay. So I woke up in Needles, California, on right along Interstate 40, and which is just over the, you know, I just got on the road and I immediately crossed over into Arizona. So that's where I'm at. Arizona. Well, that's weird. Arizona on Interstate 40. Haven't made it to Flagstaff yet. I'm gonna go get fuel in Winslow, and then I will cross over into New Mexico and get fuel again, because I don't carry that much fuel on this truck. The fuel tanks are small for a big rig. And I'll get fuel again in Albuquerque and then go just a little ways north of there is the plan. And then I'll get into Denver tomorrow. I may not... Will I get into Denver tomorrow? No, I don't think so. Huh. I gotta check that out. Maybe I'll get there tomorrow. I don't think so. Well, Fiber Spider just uploaded a video. Love Craig. I love Craig. Okay. Take it easy going down the grade here. Looks like I'm going to go through a narrow spot again. It's those narrow spots where I lose you guys. But just give me a minute or two and we'll get back on it. We'll get the streaming going again. Oh! Interstate 40 is a rough road. I mean, every part of it that I've ever driven on is rough. And I think it's because of the high volume of traffic. I mean, it does go right through the middle, east and west, you know, through the country. Yeah, I wonder why Zach would be blocked. Anyway, it bugs me that happens. Because he's not the first one to say that. YouTube does weird things. I wish that guy who just bought, yep, lots of trucks out here. Hi, Angela. Okay, Amy. And just so you know, everybody, I get anywhere from 20 to 40 emails a day. And I'm doing good, Angela. I am really bad at email management. I mean, I am horrible. But I read them. Just because I haven't responded doesn't mean I didn't read it, and it doesn't mean that I didn't appreciate it. I mean, I've gotten a lot of condolences about, good morning, a summer top, cool. Good morning, Diana. Yeah, so there are many times, even to you, Amy, that I haven't responded to an email. And I apologize. I'm just not good at email, right? But I will read it. Absolutely, I will. I always read them. Have a little snacky for my breakfast. Okay. My tablet just went dead because I need to plug her in. I overextend myself a lot. Just look at my Scorched Earth Challenge list of projects. There's 20 on there. Gotta get over. Because there's a big rig on the shoulder. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Ooh, we're gaining speed. Easy, girl. Easy, girl. Don't get excited going down the hill there, Rhoda. Don't get crazy. Don't get crazy, girl, because the wind can pick up out here. And I am super light. This is the kind of load I wouldn't want to go across Wyoming with. And it's so light, I would be parked and cowering from the wind. Yeah, easy, Rhoda. Okay. Chicken and cheese. Hi, Penny. Yeah. Chicken and cheese for breakfast. Oh, Rhoda she's just constantly squawking and squeaking and beeping and complaining. She's kind of a drama queen. We're constantly telling her in Zoom, shut up, Rhoda. Because she's a drama queen. Oh no, there's another vehicle within 1,000 yards of here. You're going to hit it. Calm down, girl. All these sensors all the way around these trucks. It's It's amazing. Uh-oh. What happened here? Okay, check that out. Did I throw something away I shouldn't have thrown away? No. Wow. I just lost that email that Amy said, what did I do? Okay, I'll check that out later, but God, what happened? I saw the title and then, yeah, then it's gone. It's gone. Like, send it to me again. Just, like, copy it, send it to me again, because that's weird. Ooh, what do we got going on up here? How do you pronounce that? Seligman, something like that. Arizona. And I got a nice email from Connie over at Just Another Stitch this morning. I got to tell you guys, it honors me. I'm just so tickled. I'm just so excited about how she's doing this Just Because collaboration giveaway of hers. I mean, you know, it's not about a milestone on her channel. Maybe I accidentally touched it. I don't think I did, but I have no idea, Amy. It has disappeared on me. But it's like, maybe it's still there. I don't know. You know, I can't really, get that it reads out to me in my earbuds, and I can't really look at it. Just resend it, please. Because I'm not, I think I might have accidentally touched it. And like somehow that I have no idea, no clue. But anyway, I got a nice, I've been talking to Connie about her Just Because collaboration giveaway, and you guys got to, I know I'm such a dork. You guys have got to, if any of you have not, checked out Connie's Just Because giveaway, I love that she's like following the example of, not making it about her, upcoming 1,500 subscriber threshold, not making it about her and her channel. She has switched her focus on it being about the people who are spending time with her. Like you guys, and switching our focus to everything we do on YouTube to stop being about getting more subscribers, getting more, watch hours and all that. Turning isn't she a sweetheart? She's got such a shyness about her, right? Like there's this timidness to her. It just makes me giggle. It's like, come on, girl, you're good at what you do. Strut it, She's just so timid. And it makes me giggle, but she is switching her viewpoint. So making a collab, hosting a collab giveaway, it is called Just Another Stitch, and she is uploading like every day, so she's trying to find value. It's like she's searching, she's testing, she's experimenting. She's trying things that, to find out what is valuable to you guys. And I think, trying new things and what we need to do as subscribers, as viewers, is give her feedback. What do we like? What would we like to see more of? When she is truly striving like that to try to find what is valuable to us as viewers, and she is willing to, change her focus and change her mindset from growing her channel to growing friendships and relationships. That is admirable. I mean, kudos to Connie. I believe she's live right now. Is she live right now? You guys, you might go check her out. Let's watch those viewer numbers drop right now. Everybody go check out Connie at Just Another Stitch, and she has, she has guests on there, who join her in her lives, and give her ideas, give her, positive, constructive, I wouldn't say criticism, because I think she's a little timid. She's very shy and she's very sweet, and I would say be sure that, if you have an idea or a suggestion, make sure it's an encouraging one, right? To where we're not just blowing her out of the water saying, hey, I hate it when you do this, Welcome back. Thank you, Amy, for doing that. Woo, she did some adulting. Oh, Vanessa, that adulting, that is such a dirty word here. Chores and adulting and responsibilities. No. But Connie, she's open-minded and she's willing to explore these options. And I love that she's like, oh, she's not live at the moment. Thank you, Lisa. I thought I saw that. Okay, so 10:30, 9:30, 8:30. Okay, so maybe she's already gone live and gone off. So be sure to check out her replay. She's doing several lives a week, which is awesome. She cut back on a couple of her lives that she was doing. She's very structured. She's not like me, just fly by the seat of your pants and, oh, there's Rosalie. Hey, girl. Rosalie, don't let me forget to mention your shirts when I finish this thought. But like Connie is like she's backing off and she's switching her focus. It's not about growing my channel. She is switching. She is open-minded enough to let her channel, it's going to grow when you switch your focus into growing relationships and friendships versus growing numbers, right? And that is what, the Fairy Dare is all about, and it looks like that's what she has, she has switched her focus. Like her latest giveaway, she's not requiring anybody to be subscribed to her. She is going to, when she puts up, the drawing video, that the name of the winner is going to be accessible, like immediate. Like you could just look at a thumbnail, your community tab, your description box, your pinned comment, so that when you go and scroll through all those drawing videos, you could just scroll through them and see whether or not your name was drawn. You don't have to sit and watch a video to do it, because she's not focusing on watch hours. She's focusing on what she can do for the people who take time out of their day to actually, spend time with her through lives and through videos. And I just so commend her for doing this. Like I took part in Crystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady, and granted, she required subscribers, because that's the way it's been done, and nobody offered her an option, to do it a different way. That, yes, it will grow your channel to focus more on, your relationships than on the numbers. It may not be as fast, but I tell you what, it's not as off-putting. It's so off-putting. Sometimes within 1 minute, you're already barraged with what you need to do for that person's channel, and that gets old, right? As subscribers, just as a viewer. And kudos to Connie and Crystal and everybody out there who has, they hear me harp on this a lot, and I don't, my intention is not to, put people down for the way they're doing things. My intention is to be encouraging, to try a different path, try something that is more organic, right? To give it a shot. And kudos to Connie for doing that. Now that I've seen Rosalie in here, I just got a message from her. I'm sorry, Rosalie, I don't know when you actually sent me that message about your new baseball shirts coming in, but I just saw it. It does get old. But I just saw it this morning. She is ordering more shirts that say Yarn It Out on them, and I love them, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need one. because I have one already and I love it, but I've put on a little pounds, which I'm trying to work on with a 50 gallon by 2024. But I just ordered them 2 days ago. Okay, so Rosalie over at Yarn It Out is getting more of those shirts, and they are awesome. I love them. I love having a Yarn It Out shirt. I have a purple one. So I want to try these. When I brought Doing That Way to another season, she flipped out. I was like, whoa, I know. Some people get really defensive and angry about it, you know? And it's like, yeah, it's like, I try to be encouraging to try this other way of approaching things. It is slower, but it's more organic, and it is amazing, the results. It is amazing. And yeah, I don't have 500,000 subscribers, and I may never, because man, I really feel like I would lose touch with all of you if I did. But it's like, I am never dropping in numbers either, because we're developing, friendships, relationships, right? And to me, that's more important than, dollar signs and numbers. But, those things kind of come hand in hand. Some of you have been gracious enough to order products off of my, Amway store. I love that. I just feel so, I don't know how to explain the feeling when someone says, yeah, I just ordered out of your store. I'm like, you did what? It's more rewarding, because it's not like I talk somebody into it. I don't like feeling like a salesman, and I don't like being talked to by someone who sounds like a salesman, right? Because it's all about, getting them. I don't enjoy that. So the more organic way, of just creating friendships. Yeah, I had no idea. But I did look at my subscriber numbers, because it is fun to watch. I did look at them like yesterday, the day before, and I was like at 3,699. I'm like, ooh, I wonder how long I'm going to hang out right there. So, it is exciting, and it gets, the adrenaline and the serotonin going. There is actually a chemical addiction. Okay, Steph, yeah, please try to remember coming to Zoom tonight. I mean, it is, right, Rosalie? It's like, oh, how long am I going to hang out at this spot? Because I had no idea that I crossed over into 3,600 until, Robin pointed, was it Robin? Or was it Connie? Somebody, I was on their live, and they told me. I'm like, really cool, that is so cool, because, yeah, I do enjoy watching those numbers. But it's such a, if I'm watching them like every day, like I have no idea what it's at right now. But if I watch them every day, go up and down and sideways and inside out, it's like, oh, my stomach would just go nuts. It's like too much adrenaline, too much serotonin. It's like, oh, I just lost 10 subscribers. Oh, was it Connie? Yeah, was it Connie? Yeah, anyway, I'm like, so now I'm at like 36.99, and I'm gonna go down, and yeah, it's gonna go all over the place. But if I can sit back and enjoy that free fall and that roller coaster ride, without being pushy, I will enjoy that. I mean, when it hits 3,700, it'll probably hit that for like oh, Rosalie, that's wonderful. See, I love hearing that. It'll probably hit 3,700 for like 5 seconds, and then it's going to drop to 3,650, I mean, I'm at 3.71. Am I, what? No, really? Oh, that'll go down, especially, now that I have changed the way everything is going to happen. Fruit smoothie, oh, that sounds so good. It is fun. It's fun to watch the numbers, but what I have found more satisfying and more, I don't know, if you do want your numbers to go up, I find they go up at a more slower, steadier rate by developing relationships and friendships with the people, not just with people who are also uploading videos, but with like all of you, people who come into lives, people who come into Zooms, people who come to like my little Yarny socials in Emmett. You know, developing those connections is so much more rewarding. And then like today, I'm surprised I'm at 371. Wow, that's amazing. You know, and immediately my mind goes to, oh, maybe at 4,000 I do a great big giveaway. And it's like, no, Dana, don't do that. Do something different. Because not that there's anything wrong with people doing that, celebrating milestones, but, switch that focus. Then my alarms go off. Isn't it great, Rosalie? And you know what I miss is meeting up with you and Lynette and Kim, in Ohio. I love meeting up with you guys. I miss your sweet faces. I can honestly say that. I miss your sweet faces. Those were, some of the highlights of my life was meeting up with you guys. And I hope that my company, either this company or if I move on to another company, that I'm able to go back through there again and see you guys. Hi, Dory. Hello, Dory. Yeah, so, good friendships just by, not only other people who upload videos, but those of you who comment, who just watch, who take time out of their day to look at my silly videos. To this day, I still get people, commenting on, oh, I would love it, Rosalie, who comment on my thermal stitch potholder video. I love the thermal stitch, obviously. I go on and on about the thermal stitch. And that's the way I like to do potholders. I don't like doing the fold over sew together method. I like something that comes out double thick. That's my thing. Other people are like wizards at the other kind of, fold over potholder. And I have been given some of those over the years, and I have appreciated them, and I have used them. I tell you what, the only time I ever lose those is when I lose them like in a move, something like that, where did all my potholders go? Like right now, Little Miss, thermal stitch right here, thermal stitch potholder right here. I do not own a potholder. There are no potholders in my motorhome. Not one. There are half-created potholders that are meant to be gifts, and I have one wiggly trivet, one wiggly crochet trivet in my motorhome, and it's hanging on the wall. And I'm taking it with me to the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social, where we're going to do some wiggly crochet, right? It's something else I got to get on. I got to design something new in a wiggly whatever, and we're going to do probably a trivet. Yeah, I don't own one, Rosalie. I do not own one thermal stitch potholder to my name. Not one. I'm such a dork. I push these thermal stitch potholders on everybody else in my life, and I do not own one. But like I said, I have several whips. Thermal stitch whips. I've got a thermal stitch cowl I'm working on. Oh yeah, all kinds of things that need to be done. It's terrible. Guess if you need one, you know how to. I do, and I have several in, the works. Yep. I know, I'm such a dork. And I cook in the motorhome, but not one potholder to my name. Orly, hey, it's good to see you from Northern Idaho. Good to see you. Oh, Interstate 40 is so rough. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. Two hands, Dana. Hang on, Rhoda. Laura Lee, it is good to see you. We have a couple of Idahoans in here. We have you and we have Linda. Linda's from down around just south of Caldwell. Okay, Laura Lee, is that in thread? What are you doing thread crochet for your kitchen curtains? What? Tell me about that, because I want to do some thread crochet, like some cafe curtains for the yarn bus. I'd like to know about that. You know, I crochet vicariously through all of you. You know that, right? I get you all to do the things that I want to do when I'm going down the road. It's like, go do the Selena Vaca Artisan Afghan and try out this experimental starting stitch and blah, blah, blah. You know what, Rosalie? I owe you a huge apology when it comes to your yarn stories. I had every intention of sitting down at my laptop, and I told you I was going to do it like the next day, and I never did it. And I'm trying to think, it's all kind of a blur right now. I believe I was dealing with Julie's mouth cancer, and I apologize. I totally spaced it off. I love that you are still doing it, so maybe when I get home at the end of the month, would it be too late for me to email you, or, you know, I don't know, you probably don't, I don't think you wanted it emailed. June 31st is the deadline. Oh, awesome. So if I can, I will sit down and do that. Hi, Margie. Doing good. Yeah. Okay, email is good. Okay. I know that Sandra has a lot on my honeydew list when I get home at the end of the month, but I was going to tell the story, if Laura hasn't already done it, I was going to tell the story of the Yarn War, the Crochet Wars story. I think that would be, that's pretty comical. And kind of, you know, part of it is kind of heartwarming too, where Julie from Captain Stitches was involved. So I was going to send you the story of, you know, my version of Crochet Boards. Okay, so if at any time, you know, Laura's going through a lot. I believe she just had her neck surgery, and I haven't found out the result of that yet. So, you know, Laura's going, you only have 10 entries. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to so type out a little bit of the explanation. As I understand it, you're looking for some kind of yarn or crochet story to read in your videos, right? And you know, my favorite story is the story of me and Laura and Julie in the Crochet Wars over the Phoenix blanket. Anything yarn related. Okay. So I am really looking forward to sending that to you. And again, I apologize. And when I finally remembered it, it was just like a week or so ago. On 5/31. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, because I have not kept up. I get overwhelmed and I don't get caught up, you know, on my lovely friends, you know, my people that I really care about on YouTube. Like, it can be funny, sad, memory, pet peeve, favorite yarn. Okay, thank you, Rosalie. I think that's a great idea. And of course, pretty sure we're going to find your email address underneath all your videos and under your About tab and all that, right? I think it's just yarnitout@gmail.com, isn't it? Forgive me if I'm wrong. Do you want me to email you that reminder? Sure. Along with a reminder to, you know, get Zach back on here. Oh, yarnitout@gmail.com. Awesome, Rosalie. Thank you. I think that's a great, you know, thing. You're honoring the people who, you know, who spend time watching your videos and your lives by reading their stories. I love that. I love that. they get to, you know, their voices get heard through you in the YouTube videos. That's why I like asking people, you know, tell me what you're working on. Tell me if you're not a Yarny person, what, you know, what are you working on right now? Are you, you know, getting the garden ready? Are you planting? Are you starting, you know, indoor seeds? Or, you know, what are you fixing up a motorhome or some, you know, what? Because we have these homesteaders, you know, that kind of cross over with us, and these RVers that cross over with us in their sewing and their crocheting and knitting. So, you know, when I like anymore, it just seems like that's all I want to know in the comments. You know, what is your story? What are you focusing on right now? And, you know, shifting that focus around. And I love your yarn stories for that. Can be anything crafty. That is awesome. Okay. The Crochet Wars story, that is one of my favorite memories with Julie and Laura. Yeah. Thank you, Amy. And hopefully I remember to do that the 4th-ish. It's like the last Tuesday, or the second to last Tuesday. 31 days in May. Anyway, around the 24th I'll be home. Yes, please send her a story. Where is that at, Margie? Is that along Interstate 40? Did I pass it yesterday? Because I spent the night in Needles, California, and then of course immediately now I'm in Arizona. El Centro. You know, I've seen that sign. What is that along Interstate 40? Where is that? Oh, county line. We're going to cross the county line. County line road. Oh, do we feel different now? Oh, Rhoda, quit groaning at me, making those noises. She's making noises. She cannot stop making noises. Oh, I think it's beautiful here. Oh, flatbedder on that low boy. He's hauling something tall. Something tall that's all wrapped up in a tarp. Let's see, I need to go as soon as this car goes around me. That pickup, he came over too, but he gave me the flashing light to come on over. So he didn't pull that, you know, as I'm turning on my turn signal while that white vehicle was going past me in the left lane. I turn on my turn signal because as soon as that vehicle goes past me, I want to get in the left lane. And a lot of times, you know, there's a car right behind me who's chomping at the bit and comes over in the left lane and just floors it, comes right on by me as I'm trying to get over. You know, that's jerk behavior, pretty much. That's jerk driving. Jerk mentality. Let's just call it that. I don't need to get any more descriptive. Okay, low boy flatbedder. Catch you later. I'm pretty light, so I can climb these hills pretty good. But I might buffer going up, and, you know, there's like hill, when there's land on both sides of the freeway. That's, you know, I tend to lose signal for those, you know, spots. Okay, come on around, pickup truck. I appreciate you. Okay, I gotta get over. I just, jerk. Oh! Yeah. Jerks. Oh, crap. That just, so I lost all of my momentum because of that jerk. Hi, Pixie. Yeah, lost every second of it because of that jerk. Came around me in the left lane. Not the nice guy in the pickup, but the other guy. Yep, jerks. And I deal with them all day, every day. Not just once or twice a day. No, all day. People wonder why truck drivers are such, you know what? It's it's worse when a big truck does that to you. Yes, and they do. They do. That's right. Wanda. Yep, here comes some more jerks. Oh yeah, Florid. Toyota. Jerk. Jerk. Oh yeah, Prius. Sorry. Sorry for those of you who drive Priuses. There are a lot of jerk moves happening in Priuses, but quite honestly, we just pick on Priuses. Jerk moves happen in every size and type and brand of vehicle. Every one, including big trucks. Except for the heavy haulers. There's a kind of an even keel bunch. I know. There are times, Rosalie, that's when you need a crowbar to get your seat out of your rear end. I have moments like that almost every day, even driving a big truck. Yeah, that's right, Dolly. Jerk alert. Oh, the clouds are pretty fire situation where I'm headed. There were some early wildfires going on. Some were north, like one was north of Flagstaff and one was several miles south, so they didn't affect the freeway, but in buns of steel. Yeah. I wish you would think, Rosalie, after all the exercise my butt cheeks get from clenching this seat in those pucker moments all over the place. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, but last time there were those two fires that did not affect me at all in Arizona. And then there were several wildfires, like pretty, they were devastating. Some people had lost their homes. A lot of people had evacuated. And we're talking April in northern New Mexico. But there were winds, that were fueling those fires and spreading those fires. And those, I got through a lot of smoke. I did spend the night where I was about 20 miles away from the fire line. Well, maybe not the fire line.